So I had recently bought actually I had recently sold my Strida bike, or a Strida A-frame style bike. Before, what happens was these style bikes were very popular, and there's a whole bunch of knockoffs that's basically being sold out of China, because of its compact size. The only difference is that if it was a real bicycle, a real registered bicycle, there would be a serial number right here, which the imitation Strata that I purchased didn't have any serial number underneath the pedal right about here if we flip the bike over. But the main reason that I bought it was, like I said, the Strata design is very different and very compact, which I liked and have wanted. The only thing was that after it arrived and I began riding it, that's when I realized all the problems. First, this is not a bike for a short person. As you can see from the seat right here, it's not adjustable at all. So if you're not at least about 5'5", you won't fit on this bike at all. It is basically too far from the ground to basically for you to even touch the ground. Unfortunately, just even sitting on the seat and putting your foot down. So that's one of the bad things about it. Another thing is that when you start pedaling, especially when there's any incline of any kind, this joint right here where it basically breaks down from will start to wobble. This is the detaching point for this bike to fold. So what happens is there's a little clip right here that you pull, and this whole bar basically goes up, and this whole front section swings back towards this wheel over here, so that becomes a one piece, and that's how the bike folds. Another problem is that because of the design and everything, how the person will be sitting here and your hands over here, the wheel and this um, ratio of turning and everything, it's much different from a regular bike. So the turning radius is something that you really have to get used to and everything. It's not the same. Even pedaling is not the same, considering the design and everything. You would think if you're not a regular bike rider, you would think it's like, oh, there's no difference at all. But there is a very big difference between how far the steering wheel, I'm sorry, the handlebars and the wheel is, and how the angle of this line is basically designed. And one of the biggest problems I had with the Strata design is that because of this rubber belt, this it doesn't have a chain, it has a rubber belt. And the problem with the rubber belt is that there's not much traction. If you're trying to go uphill, what happens is that this belt often slips. And over the years, another big problem is that because it's a rubber belt, um, it will start to decay, meaning that it will start to stretch. So the slipping of the gears happens even more and more as you begin using your bike more and more. And that's why most bikes still use chains, and some of the newer bikes, I mean, the ones that coming within this last couple of years, they're basically directly from gear to gear, meaning they have a pedal directly to the wheel over here. Even like on cars, what happens if you're a mechanic and everything? Uh, Back around the 1980s, there used to be some belts in the engine that used to have a rubberized belt inside the engine. Uh, it was easy for the manufacturer to basically put that together, but the one problem is that, like on this bicycle design, after a few years, these belts will basically begin to slip and they snap very easily, and that's why the car manufacturers stopped using belts on all of the cars and ended up using chains for any kind of gas engine. But this is my review of the A-frame bike, also a popular design with the Stride brand itself.